in 2027, why would you say that no president can be defeated after one term?
Thanks so much, Fred. First of all, we need to be very serious. When educationists go to school, they study education. Some of us went to school to study political science and political communication. So one of the tools we use is opinion polls. So when Mwalimu talks, it says it's feelings, I feel very disappointed, because opinion poll is a scientific tool to measure. And if you look at that, the 48% are not very far from this studio. I'm one of them. I mean, there's a feeling because of the way it was constituted, okay? We raised issues, but we said, because we don't want to delay the constitution, let it go. I mean, the way people are picked, people who are state officers, they were made commissioners, leader, you know, you were hired by the same government that is appointing you. So, but we said, let it go. So there is a lot of wait and see attitude. That's why you see 48%. But let me say this, Fred. This is what we said. We want to demonstrate in this country that, but before I say that, I want to tell the commissioners, please, you must come from some community, from some, you know, from some family somewhere. Somebody may have unfortunately given your name, thinking you are going to help them. But the moment you pick that Bible, you swear allegiance to the Constitution of Kenya. Please tell those people you meet another day. That I want to appeal to the commissioners now. Because there are people, unfortunately, in Africa, Fred, who think, instead of going to look for votes, why don't I get the judge? Okay? Why don't I get the IEBC and get the judge instead of going to look for the votes? Never mind last time, they were on the other side saying, we'd rather be with the people. Mm-hmm. We don't care who becomes the IEBC chair. But the moment you are in power, you begin discovering, no, since I'm in power, I can use my power to determine who becomes the commissioner and determine who becomes the judge. Now, here we are now. I'm asking, and this is an appeal to the commissioners, Fred. Kindly, please. You can see it's 48% disapproval. Please, everything you do, every step you take in that commission, can you please try to build the confidence so that by the time we are 1 year from now, August next year, the decisions you make, people will begin building the confidence. Show yourself as a patriot. That's number one. But number two, Fred, we are not bothered. We don't care. Let the Prime Cabinet Secretary or the ministers or all those other people, President worship team, continue saying how they are going to steal elections, how they are going to add votes, whatever they are going to do. Fred, we believe in the power of God and the power of the people. As we are going to the people, and they are going to go to the, let me tell you, Fred, they are going to go to the polling centers. They are going to vote, and we are going to count the votes at the polling centers. We are going to announce them. And by the way, by the time we announce them, of course the formality we are going to wait, but we'll be ready with our results. It is as simple as that Form 34A at the polling center. So we don't mind. We have seen what happened in Malawi. This issue, and Prime Cabinet Secretary is a very senior member of this country. You know, some things you talk, he's a foreign affairs minister. He should be getting data on how many countries, like about 5 in Africa alone, that they have lost one term. I don't know where he is speaking from, but we are not bothered. And I'm telling Kenyans, please don't be scared. Those are small things. We are the people who deliver the votes to the current government, and we are the people who are going to take the votes to the next government. So I want to make it very clear. We are not bothered with all these talks. But if I look at something interesting I also picked, if you look at the consistency here, look at the consistency. The disapproval is 64% overall now of the broad-based government. 29% are supporting the government. 7% have no opinion. If you look at what has been for the last 2 weeks when everybody polls, even media houses, they were running polls about approval of Ruto at 3. This thing is very consistent. And I can tell you, Fred, it can only rise. Okay. This 64, you add the 7% who have no opinion, because definitely by next year they are going to have an opinion. It is going to be 70-75%. How elections are going to be done next year, but 1 year, will be 70% disapproval. The maximum the president can get is 30 or minus. And you can see the consistency. This is stiffer.
We also carried out a poll yesterday on our social media where we asked who do you think is most likely to win Kenya's 2027 presidential election, and we put 4 candidates who have at least declared. Yes. That's Rigathi Gachagua, Fred Matiang'i, President William Ruto, and Raila Odinga. And President William Ruto scored 23%, Matiang'i 48%. Okay, fine, the poll is still on, but yes,
preliminary results.
Preliminary results.
So I want us. Let me tell you, nothing will change. Fred, we have been in this country. We were there since the handshake. We know what we did for 4 years until Ruto became president. We know what happened immediately. The things changed. The dynamics changed once there is poor delivery of service, number one. Number two, political goodwill to do the work that Kenyans asked the government to do. Number three, state capture by everything else. And finally, the mess of the political equation. That is a time I know, and I can tell you today, the equation is done. Kenyans are just waiting. Okay. The 2027 date of just doing a one term. It's simple.
The story on the Star focuses on the political parties and the approval rate.